shameless. I see the aimless, I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Yes, even on a bye week, we're doing the One Pride podcast, and that's what it's all about. Having fun, talking our Detroit Lions, embracing the suck that is taking place right now. We have to embrace it because that is what it is. We're 1-4. We got Chrome in the building, Weston Lion, Jonathan Atten, 9 Drinks, the OG in the building. I got a special guest with me. I got the man, the myth, the legend, next face of Mount Rushmore, Dose of Dion. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. What's going on? Hey, I got to ask you this real quick. Is that you in the beginning, breaking it down, rapping like that? That was you, right?
No, that was a guy on YouTube. I use YouTube Music. That ain't me. I'm not that good
That
of a
ain't you,
singer, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just had
Hey,
to know,
man.
man, because I was like, maybe for my intro, I got to hit you up, man. That's you, you know?
Hey, dog, I can do an intro for you. I don't know if you're going to like it. I can do it for you.
Hey,
It's probably going to be a fail,
test that
though.
out. Hey, why not? You know?
Hi.
Put it on Spotify? All right.
Hey, yeah, it's more like on Take Down My Fly, Unzip My Fly. That's what it would be, not a Spotify. I got to ask Dose of Dion, how you doing, man? Detroit Lions, 1-4. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's you know what? It's tough, man. But it's still like I hate bye weeks, so I still do, man. I get it. It's good, but I still hate it because it's like, man, there's no football Sunday. But we really do need it because last week was tough. You know, last week was difficult. I told you before we got on here, man. It felt like the Panthers game we got shot out. Someone brought that to me, and that's what it felt like, man. It's like they were really at their bottom because there was nothing good. You know, there was some little things that were good, but for the most part, the one thing you counted was offense, and they didn't score. So it's like, where do I go from here? You know, I guess we need the bye week, but I still would like to play this weekend.
I'm not going to lie, man. I seen your reaction to the game, and I loved it. You're angry. It's exactly what you generally are never. You're definitely a positive type of guy, always happy. And seeing you mad was absolutely awesome. I enjoy it because I know what you're going through. You've seen me mad.
Absolutely.
We want this team to succeed so bad. You've spent all this time on it, and then they don't. So explain to me what was going through your mind with that anger and the frustration.
You're right. It's like a year-long thing for us, man. We do this all year. We talk about this team, and you know, like that. But you know, that's like an unwritten rule now. It's like, dude, just give me the game day. Sunday, you can't. You know, I might be way too excited after a win, and I might be way too mad after a loss. But that's, you know, I'm like, you were feeling the same thing, I'm sure. But that's just what everybody was feeling at that time, regardless of what we thought the problem is. Everybody had that level of anger after that game because a loss is a loss, but that was more than a loss. That was 29-0. That just doesn't happen. And we all knew coming in with them having Patricia and all these things, and then you're coming off of multiple losses where you were right there. Like that just felt like you hit your bottom, man. I mean, it really did.
Let me know in the comment section. Give me one word to describe that game against the Patriots. And I'm going to give you a chance to offer your one-word description of that game. Mine's cheeks. I love
Cheeks,
the word
like
cheeks. That's my one. Well, what is your one word? Curious to see what other people think in the comment section.
No, cheeks is a good one. There's a lot of ways you go with this, man. I mean, you could go trash hit my head first, but whack is also up there as well. And then you can, you know, I'm a roll with whack, but like anything that's just nasty, you know, whether that's diapers, dirty diaper, but that's 2 words. So
Diaper? Oh, man, dirty diaper.
I mean, that, you know, it felt like a little diaper. That's what it was. It was garbage. It was absolute garbage. There you go. Yeah, it was whatever that was. That's what it was.
We got terrible Derek Brown, Glenn. Excruciating. I like that one by Tony. Frightening.
Ooh.
It definitely felt like a Halloween special there. Halloween for sure. Frightening. Are you going to be doing any sort of podcast on Sunday? Or are you going to take the break because there is no Lions game going on?
You're right. I don't know. I'm not sure because I don't know if I have work that day. So I don't know. What are you planning to do?
Probably sleeping. I don't really know. I haven't figured it out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We got BS by Capital, humbling, schooling, ludicrous, just like the rapper. Okay, so we've all seen how bad the game was. Everybody's talked about it. So let's change pace a little bit. Let's talk about what are you looking forward to after the bye week. There is going to be some players returning. I think that's exciting. I'm really excited to see the introduction of a guy who we invested a second-round pick in, Joshua Pascal. He may be making his debut. What do you want to see? Are you excited if that happens? I am.
That's fire. Hey man, I think the biggest thing about Pascal to me, because I'm pumped like you are. Like I feel like so much of what we're missing, he brings back. And then when we get Kaminsky, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I think he plays Kaminsky's role. But on top of that, man, I'm interested to see if Charles Harris is healthy, let's say next week, and Josh Pascal's ready to go, how they go about that. Do they put Hutch back at his normal spot, put Charles back in like they've been, and just use Pascal on third downs? Or do they let Pascal get the start in place of Austin Bryant and allow Hutchinson to play where he's playing and just use Charles more on pass downs? But to have that flexibility, I mean, these last few weeks, it feels like we don't have that. If anything, we're just trying to move pieces around because we don't have these guys. And, man, I mean, that's one of the biggest things we're missing is interior pass rush. You're right, man. We invested a second-round pick, and I think he can play. I mean, I think he's just ready to go. I don't think this is a guy that's much projection. I think he's ready to go right now. So I think he'll be huge for sure.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is the run not being gashed as much as it has been. And that's something that he brings a specialty to the defensive line is help stop the run. It has been brutal when it comes to that run defense. And so hopefully he comes in there. It helps reduce that. Look, when you invest such a high draft pick in a player, you want to see him play. And it looks like we're finally going to see this man play. So I'm super stoked, regardless win or loss. Get to see one of our young assets be on the field where he needs to be playing, not on the sideline playing bingo or another game. We need this guy on the field, and there's going to be another player. He's not making his debut, but he's coming back, and we all love Jerry Jacobs, built like a tank. My God, DK Metcalf, move over. I seen this dude in real life, and I was like, oh, my God. Look at that body, Greek statue. I'm excited because he's going to help that secondary out. The Greek statue is going to do it. Are you excited to see him on the field? I'm most excited about him than getting any player back, even ahead of J-Mo at this point. Now, I want to get J-Mo, don't get me wrong, but I think for what we need, I really think right now, man, cornerback is killing us to an extent, and I think Jerry Jacobs can fix a lot of those problems. Look, Okuda, he has some things to clean up on, but I feel like I can win with Okuda. But it's opposite of that, where we've kind of just been rotating. Obviously, when you have a healthy Amani, a healthy scratch, that's an issue. Getting Jerry back, I think, will be big time. I think he's a really good corner, man. And I'm just hoping that he's himself and he's ready to go next week. Now, I will point this out there real quick. I know you saw the William Jackson stuff. I'm just keeping my eye on it. I'm not saying that anything needs to happen there, but I'm keeping my eye on it because I think it makes sense. I think, dude, it makes a lot of sense. Here's my thoughts on it. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I guess it's just dropped like that. He wants out. First thing, he wants to play more man. Lions are playing more man than anybody. All right. We need cornerback help. William Jackson, he played pretty well against us as well. Now, the only questions I have is he's a little bit older. He's 29, and his contract's a little heavy, so we'll have to figure that out. But if we can make it happen, because not many teams have money anyway, I mean, this is what we need to me. I think getting Jerry back, I'm so excited because I think he changes our defense entirely, getting a really nice corner. But you get a guy like Jackson in the building who's healthy. I know what I'm going to get like right now. Ooh, I think that changes a lot. And I think it just makes sense. Everything lines up. He wants to play more man. We play more man than anybody. So why not come over here? What would you give up to acquire his talent for our defense? Because I think it would be a huge improvement. Imagine have Okuda, Jackson, and then you have Jerry Jacobs. Okay, now it's like, that does make help. So what would you give up to acquire him?
That does a lot, man, because then I'm even thinking slot, like Lions could possibly look at Jacobs slotting in if they wanted to. But to me, man, if we're saying a draft pick, I don't want to go too high. I would throw, I think a fourth round would get him. I think a fourth round would get him. I think it would. I think it's price tag. There's multiple teams that are interested, but like they throw out New England. Like New England don't need a corner. Why would they throw a lot at a guy that they don't need? We need it. Okay, come here. Stop playing with those other teams. We need this. Now
we got no one that back there. We got
that's
nobody.
what I'm saying. Yeah, we got nobody.
On,
so we need this guy. I think a fourth would bring him. Maybe less.
Hey, I tell you what, man. I will give them Levi Onwuzurike. You can have his broken back.
Oh man, why you gonna do it like that?
Yeah, look, I need to get to that corner. I need to help out that defense. I'd like to do it. There's going to be some trade rumors floating around as we get closer to the trade deadline. Is there other players you're looking at? Look, if you look at the Carolina Panthers, fire sale, Matt Rule, gone, their team in the dumpster fire, would you be willing to acquire talent like a Derek Brown, like a Brian Burns?
Dude, I would. I'd be all over that. I mean, first off, the first guy comes to mind is Baker. Like, let's go get Baker Mayfield. Let's stop playing around. No, I'm playing.
No, son of a bitch. I was really believing it for a minute.
No. I don't think they would. Why would I couldn't see them trading those guys away. But if they were like, hey, everybody's available. Brian Burns, of course, would be away up there for me. J.C. Horn would be at the top of the list as well. I don't know if there's a guy that stands out. Like, even I went through their depth chart. I'm not sure there's a guy that stands out to me. Maybe DJ Moore. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessary because you got J-Mo coming back. So
yeah,
I'm not sure, but
no offense.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm open with any defensive player really.
If we're to acquire more offense, I think I'm going to lose my ass. That's the one thing. Look, man, our offense, I think we're okay. It's defense that sucks.
Oh, man.
No more wide receivers. You got it?
Hey, maybe we should go get another tight end,
Let's
figure it out.
How many tight ends do we have, man? We got Zane Zylstra up in this building. We got James Mitchell up in the building, Brock Wright, and TJ Hockenson.
James going a little bit,
TJ Hockenson
going a little bit. Yeah.
Would you trade away players like a TJ Hockenson?
Man, it's tough to answer that straight up because I got to know what I'm getting.
First
but
round
one
pick,
guy
first.
Oh, for Hawk? Are you saying for Hawk?
Yeah, for say to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I would do it. That's too much value, man. I don't want to trade him away. Like, he's not someone I'm searching for a trade. But I think if you're getting a first in return, I think that's worth doing it. The only issue then becomes your health right now of your receiving core, I think is, Chark's dealing with an ankle injury that he has had multiple times. I don't know when J-Mo's coming back. So if they feel good about Mitchell, who I like, okay, Thanksgiving. Okay, that's not too bad.
That's rumored.
Oh, Buffalo, watch out. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo, watch out.
Buffalo, watch out.
Buffalo, watch out. Hey, we might have to score 60 to get it done, but you never know.
60, yep. I agree.
But I
would
would
have to get 70 points up in this book. Touchdown every drive, folks. Touchdown every drive.
2-point conversions. We have to bring it all out. I don't like to do it, man, but definitely I would. I mean, Swift would be someone that I'm like, hey, if you guys have a solid offer.
Okay, I'm curious to hear this because I was watching the podcast with you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, and your boy right there, and I seen you mention the Swift, and you would trade him. Now, I'm a little bit different on that, but I want to hear what your thoughts, because it's very intriguing. For sure, it is.
Yeah, I was definitely more heated after, so I'm not probably on that same level of aggression towards it. I was like, dude, get rid of everybody. But no, I mean, I would still definitely consider if I got solid value for Swift, I would probably be all over it just because of. I mean, it just comes down to the fact that he's just not out there enough. And I don't think I think he's good for us. I think he improves our offense for sure. But I don't know if we necessarily need him. I feel like we need another third down back, and that's the only issue is right now I'm not sure who that is. But I think going forward, if you got a good draft pick in return, I think you can get a guy that can be a third down player in the draft. I mean, you could pick him up 4th round, 5th round, right? So I think that's what you're missing. And then Craig Reynolds, who when Swift is here is not going to get opportunities really running the football. And I like what Craig's doing, right? So I think I'm looking at this more of a long-term thing, and I don't know how much Swift is even going to play this year. And you got to think, like, even games that he does play, there are multiple games where he doesn't even do that much, right? I mean, he's just limited. And I feel like a couple games this year, he didn't look right. So I hate to do it because I know he's very talented. It would take a solid offer. I wouldn't just give him away, for a sixth or something. But if someone reached out and
what would you take for him? Because I'm curious here. Are you talking like third round pick?
I think I'd do a third. Yeah, I'd probably do a third.
I don't know.
Or if they wanted to throw me a corner, I'm just defense.
I don't mind. You're 100% right here. Like, if we were to get rid of some offensive pieces to acquire defensive talent, I think I'm for it. As long as they're going to be good, not just some pile away, Gomer Pyle type of player that, we get a Chris Borden. Where is he? Just because you got a defensive player doesn't mean shiz. So I'm with you. We need help on the defense. And I also need help from the people in the chat. We got 29 likes. Let's get 21 more likes to 5050. It pushes the content out there, and we like to push content. That's what it's all about here. I'm here with Dose of Dion, OG from this game. Been doing this. We've been doing the YouTube about the same time. We got on around the same time. Now, I'm a little bit older than you. You're lucky, younger. You got more hair too. You lucky bastard. But
hey, not here though.
Channel if they don't know, man. Tell them about Dose of Dion 2.0.
We talk Lions football and more Lions football.
Definitely talks. Now people would be like, "Why is it 2.0?" This poor guy got screwed over. Why? It was like. Just about a year after you start your YouTube channel, someone hacked the son of a bitch. Yeah. And so he had to do a 2.0. I tell you what, those hackers, they suck, man. They suck. So that's why he's 2.0 if people want to know. Hopefully it never happens again. Hopefully it never happens to nobody because that stuff freaking sucks. Craig Reynolds. I love Craig Reynolds, man. Let's talk about Craig Reynolds. Why isn't he used more? I think he should be used more, man. Come on, man. Give him the football, man.
Hey, it's weird because right now it feels like, specifically when we talk about those pass downs, like they don't really know who to go to. Like I kind of thought it'd just be Justin Jackson, but they do use Craig on some of those. And then they split out Justin Jackson. So I think his role is going to continue to improve because, like, to me, and they said it like in Hard Knocks, like Craig Reynolds is not like, this big time weapon. He's limited in certain areas because athletically, he's just not those certain things. But at the same time, it's like, he catches pretty much everything you throw to him. He caught a lot back in college, and he seemed to be pass protecting well. And to me, man, I mean, he might have the best vision of any back we have on our team. So he might be a little bit limited at top end speed, but I mean, what does that really mean? Like, to me, like they're all playing pretty well. So I think the biggest thing is like, where does his impact go on third down? But again, that comes back to the Swift thing. And I think if Swift is healthy, how many times has he ever touched the ball, right? He doesn't really even, touch the ball. So I think you want to continue to see him because I don't want Craig to be a guy that we like just move on from because, like, man, he never got enough opportunity because he's done well every time he's gotten an opportunity.
We got a comment here from Dragon Fan. It says Larry Ogunjobi, defensive tackle, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Sidney Jones, cornerback, Seattle Seahawks, rumored to be coming to Detroit for a 5th and 6th rounders. I don't know if that's true. That just came in the comment section. But I'm all about acquiring talent for sure. We need defensive tackle. And I would rather trade for a defensive tackle or free agency than draft one in the second effing round. Again! And we've been doing I'm not gonna lie, man. We keep getting these defensive tackles in the second round. I think I'm gonna lose my ass. I've lost it before every single time. Like, come on, man. We gotta get some other talent here. We need linebacker. How bad do we need linebacker, Dion? Am I just nuts by saying we need a linebacker? I love Rodrigo. I love him, but he can't do it himself, man. And look, the Thor 2.0, Alex Anzalone, he's not really Thor, man. It's more like Thor 3, instead of Thor 1 where it's like, yay, he's the real deal. And then you get down where it's become a comic relief, Thor. That's what's going on here, man.
Wait, what was the question? What was the question?
How bad do we need a linebacker, dog?
I'll say this, man. Like, I feel like we're not playing Chris Board enough in comparison to what Barnes has been getting snap-wise recently. I don't know why that's been the case. I guess they're trying to use him in different ways. I think we could definitely improve. Like to me, Alex is just he's due for probably a couple misplays a game, but I do think he's played pretty solid. I may be alone on that. I think he's played pretty solid. And you're right, Malcolm. He's still learning, so it is a lot to ask of him. But I really feel like our biggest issue on defense right now is corner.
It is.
I'm just saying. That's what I feel. I feel like it's our biggest problem. But I get what you're saying because it's not perfect right now, and I don't know if I can't say like either of those guys are making like game changing plays, which is probably the biggest thing. But Alex did have a good PBU last week. I know he had that. So
what do you think of this 4-2-5?
What we're running right now?
Yeah. You know what I think about it? I think about it as if I had a shotgun, and if I could see the 4-2-5, I would take it and put buckshot into it. That's my personal preference regarding this defensive scheme. What is your thought on this 4-2-5, man? Should we switch it up after the bye week?
I can see some things change up, and that's why I go back to the whole what do we do when Pascal and Kaminsky are healthy and Charles is healthy? Who gets the snaps then? Because that's going to probably shift things. I mean, you see them mix it like, sub package, they always mix things up because it's sub package. But yeah, on early downs, I felt like last week they put a lot more guys on the line. I feel like they put a lot more guys on the line. So I think it'll continue to change. It depends on who's healthy. And if you have a guy like Pascal in there, they'll probably keep putting a guy up on the line of scrimmage as well, just because he's so far inside. But I don't know. I mean, I'm alone on this. I think our D-lines play pretty well.
Yeah,
Mike, you think I'm crazy? You can play a sound effect if you need to. I think we play pretty well on the defensive line. Play whatever you got to play, man. I know you got it. I like that.
Playing well in defensive line of ours don't go together too well, man. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
That bootleg that the Seattle Seahawks did to us.
Oh gosh, dude, don't even go back to that. That was disgusting. They did it like 9 times against us. I don't even want to talk about
the same damn play. The over pursuing needs to stop, man.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. What do you think of Aaron Glenn? Dude. What do you think? People are talking about we should fire him. We should fire Dan Campbell. We should go ahead and trade for Brian Flores. I've seen an article on that. I actually did a video, so that doesn't really make a lot of sense. What do you think about AG?
Said trade? We said trade for Brian Flores?
Yeah, article came out on Lies Nation. We should trade for Brian Flores. That kind of came out of nowhere. But
all right. I mean, hey, that's no, I do think Aaron Glenn deserves some legit blame here. Mm-hmm. But to me, there's a mix, so I can't put it one place or the other. But to me, there are definitely occasions where we're in bad spots and good coaches are just beating us at that. We're lined up a certain way and they get a wide open guy because of that. And to that Seattle game, some of those play action shots that they ran, they did some things creatively, and it was like, well, how is our guy supposed to get out there? Because they're doing these, and it's like, we just not in the right spot. So I don't think it's been all him. But I think he's definitely deserves some blame, and it's something to keep an eye on because it's really bad. It's not just a little, it's really bad defensively. And I think he has enough talent to be better than what it is. And I think the biggest thing is that when you're seeing good coaches, again, like Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, and they're giving us some problems. They are. But last week wasn't as bad, but I can't put much stock into that because I didn't think the Patriots score that much anyway. So I think next week's going to be a huge challenge, right?
Oh,
yeah, I mean, Dallas is going to be huge.
I think it's going to be a bloodbath. That's just my personal opinion. Going into a wood shredder. That defense scares the hell out of me, man. They are a sick defense. That Micah Parsons, he's a terror, man. He's a problem. He's a real problem. That is a defense I wish I had. I had that type of defense there. But that's for next week. We'll get into that for sure. Maybe Jared Goff can go ahead and light it up, but it's gonna be quite a challenge for the Lions. What do you look at the next 3 games? Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins, Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good stretch right there.
Oh man, that's a terrible stretch. What is your win-loss record for the next 3 games?
Yo, that's tough. It's based on what we've seen, I would say lost to all of those. But Like I said, I do have confidence, bro. If we get a cornerback a little bit better, I think we're gonna hang in. I think we could definitely beat the Packers. I'm actually more believing that we could beat the Packers than I was coming into the year from what I've seen from that team. I think we can outscore the Green Bay Packers, and I don't think they have necessarily. And I think we can get them. I don't think we're going to stop them. Obviously, we won't. But I think there's some drives we could possibly force a couple points. I mean, I think we could do that. We did it a couple times last year. I think the Cowboys game is huge because you should, like, you got an extra week of practice. To me, the biggest thing with them defensively is this was the first game that if you look at our offense where we played a whole bunch of man coverage against us. And realistically, there's a lot of plays where dudes weren't getting open. We didn't have guys getting open. And I don't think Dallas has the personnel to do that to us. So I don't expect our offense to struggle like it did, especially if we can get a guy like Chark back. But I think that game's winnable. I do, especially if Cooper Rush is playing because they haven't scored very much. They'll score more versus us. But I think that game's huge. Like, that's when I think you should win that game. You're coming off a bye week. I think you should win that. I think it'll tell a lot about where Aaron Glenn is at, getting an extra week to prepare for that team with Cooper Rush at quarterback. Like, I think there's no reason that if you get your corners back that you can't hang tight with him, at least make it a game. And then I think we could beat the Packers, but I think the Dolphins is definitely a loss.
That's going to be a fun game, though. It's gonna be high school. That Dolphins game, they could drop 60.
Ooh.
It could be like 50-something. It wouldn't shock me if it's like a 50-something to 60. It's going to be a fun game. Just don't get a touchdown. Aaron Glenn, just don't have them get a touchdown in every possession. Field goals, I'm taking all day. Take those field goals.
Yes, sir. That felt good. Hey, a field goal was like a punt last week, man. Like,
I know. Wasn't it great? I was like, yes, field goal. Yes.
Field goal.
And then you realize, dang, I'm really rooting just to get a field goal, not a stop at all. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We got 121 in the chat. Let's get to 50 likes. 11 ways. Smash that like button. Why? Because why the hell effing not? Go ahead and smash that like button. We're going to get to you guys here in a minute. We're going to be doing the mailbag where you guys ask us questions. You ask Dose of Dion a question. Ask me a question. Ask Dose of Dion another question. And you can ask him another question after that. And we will have some fun. Are you ready to talk draft at all? Or are you still like, I'm waiting? I'm still like, I ain't waiting.
You know me, man. I ain't trying to. I mean, look, I don't know enough, bro. Like, I know a couple players. I've had a couple players I've like done scout things, but it's nothing that's like this guy. We might take him. Like, nah, man, none of the top dudes. I don't know. I see Will Levis play his first game last week, so I was like, all right, I guess I know who the guy is now. I don't know enough about it though, man. Do you? Are you like diving in that? Like, I
have been. I usually start looking at it about last week, a couple weeks ago. I'm really starting.
Is that because our record's so bad, or is that
no?
I
just do this every year. I guess I'm a football junkie for prospects. Something I enjoy. I do enjoy, and people, because I did my first mock draft a couple weeks ago, and everyone's like, "It's way too early." And I said, "Man, this is what I do on my channel every year. It doesn't matter if the Lions are 5-0 or it's just something I do.
You did it last year, so yeah. Don't be hating.
If you got questions, throw it in the comment section. Write me out. You do hashtag something, hashtag Lions, hashtag Hunter, hashtag I don't know, hashtag Mailbag. Just something so I can see it. It's Mailbag time. Left on there. That was a mistake. I left his thing on there, so you had to see that, but that's okay. We're going to continue to roll on. I got a question for you. For you, Dose of Dion.
Okay.
Final record prediction for the Lions.
See, look, you try to get the whole chat against me, man, because you know how it is, bro. Like, I can't. I don't know. It's like, I really, like, when it comes to, like, specific players, I don't, like, when it's not tied to the Lions directly yet, I can definitely be unbiased. But it's, like, naturally, I can't. Like, I feel like I'm not even being biased when I say certain things. I'm like, no, this is legit. We did it yesterday. I had us 10-7.
Do you have us 10-7 still, Dose of Dion?
You know, maybe it's a little optimistic, but I will say this. I will say this, Mike. I do feel like,
man, that's drugs.
Wait, hold up though, because look, we're 1-4, right? But I did think that there was a legit shot we came in 2-3 at the bye week because I thought we'd lose to New England coming into the year. The big surprise to me was losing Seattle. I think that surprised everybody. And we had Minnesota right there too. We could have took that one. I thought we were going to get, be both times by Minnesota. So I thought there was a legit shot we came in 2-3 and still went 10-7 based on the second half of our schedule. And you see teams like Carolina, they look like a complete mess now. The biggest difference now is the Giants. But I got a quick question for you, Mike.
Uh-oh.
What guy do you like in the draft the most right now? Right now, if you're doing this stuff?
Defensively, it'd be Will Anderson. I think this guy would be an absolute stud for the defensive line. Offensively, Bryce Young, having that dual threat mobile quarterback and pairing him back up with Jameson Williams would be nice. Man, we can't go quarterback. Well, you just asked me who my favorite guys are. Those
hey,
are my guys.
you know I ain't taking a quarterback, but you do you, Mike. I'm mad at it. You do you.
Hey, Dose, what do you think about the kicker we signed to the practice squad?
I'm going to be real with you. Someone was asking me yesterday. I don't know a thing about him. So, Mike, you're going to have to give your I don't know a thing about the guy.
He is 72% completion percentage regarding field goals. He scored 153 points total, 53 points, or 54-yard was his longest. So what do I think? We signed him. Will we use him? Probably not. Will he play in a week or two? Probably not, because we go through quickers quite a bit. But that's just what it is. MicroMike, thoughts on Hutchinson and Dion thoughts on Hutchinson? I think he's a rookie. I think he's going to have ups and downs. I think right now he's going through a spot where there's no one else on the defensive line. He's got to play better and give him some time. He's not a bust. People saying he's a bust way too early. This says the same thing about Penei last year. I give rookies 3 years. What do you got on Hutch?
I like that. Yeah, definitely not a bust, because it's not like he's playing bad football either. Like, on top of what you said, he's definitely figuring it out, but he's not playing bad football. And I thought last week with all the one-on-ones he got, there were like 5 or 6 times where I thought he won, but he went against, Trent Brown's a legit tackle, right? We know this. So it's not like when Charles Harris played a guard at tackle and he went crazy. He's not getting that matchup. So I think he's played pretty well, actually. But yeah, just consistency as a pass rusher, I think, is a work in progress.
Lori King, #Lions. Can we draft an owner that can actually puts a tons of money in a winning football team? We could. We can get Ross Snyder from the Washington Commanders. He'd be a really great owner to have. Look, we've talked about this. Would they sell the team? It's not happening. I'd love for them to sell a team. It ain't happening. Fords are gonna have it. There's been 2 things that's been part of this franchise since we've been sucking. Fords. We know that one. And Rory.
Yeah, he got to throw Rory in that mix, man. Come on.
Throwing him under the bus, man.
Come on, man.
He sat next to us, and I looked at him like, what are you doing, man? You're part of the 0-16 team. You've been with this team for a long time.
Man.
You're hurting us.
That's true. That's true.
David says, a good one, #punt the damn ball. If we pick in the top 5, do you think the pick will be a quarterback even if the need's on D? If Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud is there, I think it's very possible. I think it is.
Yeah, if we're top 5, I'd bet on taking a quarterback.
I would bet on it too. Yeah, because that means it's not just your defense that sucked. It means your whole damn team sucked. When you're a top 5 pick, that means pretty much everything went wrong. And Jared Goff would be gone as well. How much do you expect Pascal to play next week? I bet you it's going to be a snap count. So I would probably say 30% of the time. At least we'll have a chance to see. What do you think?
I'm with you, man. I think somewhere in that range. I think he mainly just plays pass downs, and then he might rotate in a little bit on DM. But I think Charles will probably be back and start.
If we can get a first-round pick for T.J. Hockenson, a second-round pick for DeAndre Swift, I'm taking it. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm 100% taking that. That would be legit. What about you? You taking that first and a second? Woo.
Yep, absolutely.
Borat says, hey, Mike and Dion, did you know worship Lord Matt Patricia by carrying very large women through the villages? We worship Lord. What the hell? What?
Bro, I don't know what a word of that meant.
I have no idea what. First off, that's a lie. Nobody can lift him up. Come on, we know that.
Couldn't carry.
No one can carry this guy. That's an absolute truth. Come on.
Oh my
The strongest man in the world can't do it. The real Thor in that TV show. So that's a lie. Paul Geinders, hashtag smash the hole. Why do we keep signing players we do not use? It's a great question. Apparently they like giving out contracts. They want to use up some ink. What do you got on that one?
I'm with you. Like some of these dudes that we're bringing in can play a little bit. We're not playing. My biggest issue with last week was probably the fact that we came in and thought Elliott should be benched. I was just lost. Like, what are we doing? I mean, and then on top of that, it wasn't like if
the one player that does well.
You put Savion at safety. What are we doing, bro? Hey,
the one guy
Mike,
that does well. What the hell are you smoking? He was like the only one. Him and Akuda.
I know.
He's probably been the most consistent.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's playing great, but God, everyone else is playing cheeks. You bench the guy that's playing okay. Are you trying to tank? That's a question.
I mean, my gosh, dude. Hey, if he starts again someone else starts again next week, I don't know what to say. Let me ask you this, though, about Iffy. Because I feel like this is like something that's not talked about, but do you think they should have moved Iffy back to safety? Because I like Kirby at safety. I mean, back to corner. With some of their corner struggles, do you think they should do it if they're going to keep rocking with who they got?
I don't think they should have moved him to safety. He played well last year for the couple snaps that he's on before he got injured, and then he came in again and got injured after one play. We need to have a guy that can play cornerback for the Lions. My issue with him is the dude can't stay healthy. He came in for one play, Dion, and he's off. How's that even possible?
Okay. Hey, he made the tackle though. You know.
It's like me. I'm 37 with a bad spine. I can do that one play, but I'm done for the year.
He'll give you one. Yeah. Right? I don't know. I think you got a bye week. I would put him back at corner because it's like he wasn't even above. He wasn't even the guy that came in after Savion went down, right? It was Elliott, but it's like he's not even a backup right now. Like, he's way down the depth chart. What's the point? Like, at least put him at corner.
Some of these guys that we thought would have, good acceleration their sophomore season it's troubling seeing their downfall. Derek Barnes, who you got a jersey back there, and Melifonwu. Yeah. It's sad, man. That is not what you want to see. And I'm hoping that's just coaching because that, I don't know what's going on, but it's not good. And then Amani Awarie's downfall. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
I think the big thing for the Lions last couple of years, pretty good. Now he's
you're right. You're right. That's one concern though I do have is like to a point. I think we are putting guys in that should not be put in. Like personnel wise, we're doing too much at some spots. Benching Elliott is doing too much. Benching the idea to come. I mean, I'm not too mad about the AJ Parker one, but I didn't think we need to do it. But then like that one, iffy. Okay, maybe you did too much. It's okay to backtrack on it. He's still young.
Yeah, man, 100%. Put him like he did well against Devonta Adams. Devonta Adams is a pretty damn good wide receiver. Obviously right now he loves to push cameramen. But before that, he's a pretty good wide receiver. So I'm 100% with you there. Draft, I hope we get Bryce Young first round, Noah Sewell first round, and 2-0 linebacker there. Bryce Young, Noah Sewell. Man, you went 2 linebackers? Holy hell. Hey, look, I know we need linebacker. I'd do it, but hey, I'm with you. That's addressing a need. I know a lot of people be mad we go ahead and get a quarterback, but I want a mobile quarterback. That's my personal preference. I like the mobile quarterback. That's me. It is what it is. Yeah. Some people don't.
It's more fun on Madden too. So.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know Matt Patricia has Matt's body double in the movie film? I had no idea, man. I had no idea he could have somebody actually be a body double for his size. So it's kind of shocking that's the case. But who do you think will finish with a worse record than us? That's interesting. Who do you got as a worse record than the Detroit Lions, Dos and Dion?
Panthers. Panthers will.
Yeah, that game, Lions and Panthers, that could be it for the first
pick
of the draft.
Oh, gosh, I hope not, bro. We better not be 1-13 going into that one. Oh, my gosh, dude. No, let me ask you this real quick, though, because I've got other people's takes, and I know my take. Let's say the Lions finish the season with 3 wins. Or what changes do you think there will be changes made to the coaching staff? Like, I'm talking like legit changes with head coach, OC, DC, any of those.
Okay, so it all depends. First off, if we're still doing these 4th and 9s throughout the season, and that's the reason why we're a 3-win football team, I love Dan Campbell. I love the guy, but he's got to go. You got to adjust fire on these freaking 4th downs, because every time you don't convert a 4th down, it's a turnover on downs. It's a turnover. It's not a fumble. It's not an interception, but guess what? It's a turnover. And as anybody knows, turnovers win you and lose you games. So if that is the reason why we're a 3-win team, I'm going to be upset. But if it's not that, it's lack of talent or, bad defense, I'm not going to get rid of Dan Campbell. I'm going to go ahead, okay, we gotta get better. In the draft, Brad Holmes, in free agency, we got to upgrade the talent and then potentially move on from AG. But it just depends. But we can't keep losing games with 4th and 9s. Can't do that, man.
No.
We're not playing Madden. That's Madden type play.
That's
right
100% a Madden play right there. 100%. That's just. And then the Vikings one, even that was the complete opposite. I know I hate to go back there, but dude, what are we doing? Why did we take a field goal? Oh gosh.
Swift should be back next game. Yes, Carp a lot. If I miss your question, just put it in the comment section. Just repost it. I'm gonna miss it. What do you give up for Quinn from Chicago? What would you give up? First off, it's going to be really difficult to get a player from the NFC North, but what would you give up to get Quinn?
I think he's on the older. So he's got to be over 30, right?
Yeah,
he's got to be.
It's not going to give up a lot.
We're
young. We
crazy.
want to be young. We're not wanting to get too old.
Yeah, I don't think I'd give up very much, man. I got to think his contract's pretty heavy. You already have Romeo's to deal with. I don't think I'd throw too much at that.
Yeah, I'll give him Trey Flowers' contract.
There you go.
$5 super for my guy Paul Ginder. Thank you so much. If the Cowboys, how do you guys think St. Brown does against the Cowgirls? If the Lions' offensive line holds, I think he'll do fine. If the offensive line does not hold and Micah Parsons is in the grill of Jared Goff, then I don't think it's going to be good for St. Brown. I think it's all going to be on that offensive line. Give Goff time, he's going to find anybody. You don't give him time, if Micah Parsons is taking naps on him throughout the game, it's going to be like we did on the New England Patriots. Not a lot. What do you think?
You're right. Yeah, the Rams game was, there you go. That's all you need to know right there. That's what it is. And he needs to be healthy, too. He needs to be 100%.
Yeah, I didn't want him to play last week. I wanted him to be fully healthy. So hopefully he is fully healthy going into this game because we're going to need all hands on deck. Josh Reynolds, DeAndre Swift, everybody to be healthy. Hashtag Lions, I did the match. 46% of our current roster is injured, not even counting those playing through some kind of injury like Hutch and St. Brown. A lot of players are injured right now, pretty much on every team. It's the way it is.
46.
Yeah, we the injury bug is terrible for us. We have this every year. I don't know what's going on with strength and conditioning coach, but damn, what the hell, man? Are they drinking Jim Jones Kool-Aid over there or what, Dion? What the hell is going on with injuries?
Bro, I think the Levi one they were surprised by. I was thinking about that today. I think Levi, they were a little surprised that is turned into what it is. And then the Pascal one, they said they kind of expected it, I guess. But I think the Levi one is the big one that surprised them. But what the heck was going on in the secondary last? That's probably how it's 46%. We had 7 guys hurt in the same game. But I anticipate that there's not going to be much long-term injury there aside from Savion.
Yeah, that was a pretty wicked hit. Hashtag Mike from Matty P. What is the biggest issue on defense? Personnel, scheme, lack of talent. Yes, and yes. I think they're all equally the reason why we're sucking on defense. When you have the 32nd ranked defense, when your defense is absolute booty cheeks, it means everything is going wrong. I think that there's injuries, that hurts it. The talent that we are not injured is not good enough. I think the scheme sucks. This 4-2-5 is garbage. I think there's issues with Aaron Glenn. I think you put it all together, and it's called a pile of crap. And that's what we got going on defense. What do you think?
Sounds about right, man. Everything. I still Man, I already kind of hit the cornerback thing, but I'm with you. I think it's a little bit of everything. I do.
Hashtag Lions. I like Noah Sewell. Isn't he a linebacker, though? Yes, he is a linebacker, and he's a damn good linebacker out of Oregon, by the way. And people say, well, you like him because he's Oregon and his last name is Sewell. No, I like him because he's a damn good linebacker. I could care less where somebody comes from or who their family is. You know, I want linebacker play. I think we all do. I say we bring Herman Moore and Lomas back to the roster. I bring Jason Hansen back.
Hey, that would be something, wouldn't it? That's necessary.
You're showing Jason Hansen your kicking ability.
Yup.
He was impressed. Yep. He says, man.
I don't know if he was impressed, but I showed him. I tried to update that, though. It was okay.
Did you put in your resume into the Detroit Lions to get you as a kicker?
Yes, I did, but it was like one of those things where as soon as I submitted, it was like immediately like, nah, this isn't coming. Like they didn't even. So I think they already have my name in the system. Don't accept stuff from this guy because we saw that kick you put up on Instagram. Yeah, stop. This needs to stop. Actually, I don't even know if I posted that clip because I was like, this is actually embarrassing for. I probably shouldn't show that clip.
Well, then, if they sign you, then Dan Campbell has a real reason not to go for kicking. If that's the case, then you can blame.
That's true.
Look at our kicker, man. Joseph Dion, man, he's kicking into the 50-yard line.
He's trash. Man. We got to go for it. We got to go for it. He can't get over the offensive line. Hey, I'll be that guy. I'll take the money.
Our Lord Matt Patricia statue guarded by 3 attack goats and a 43-year-old woman. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Okay.
I think we go C.J. Stroud, then Noah Sewell, then Edge, but trade Hawk. You want to see me upset about it? Dose, what's up with the kicker problem? No, you see a fix. Yeah, what is up with the kicker problem, man? What are we going to do? I like Patterson. I thought you liked Patterson as well. Mm-hmm. That was a mistake. What are we going to do with this kicker problem? I say we got to draft a kicker. I don't care. We draft one of the 6.
No, I'm with you. I think we should draft a kicker. I think so for sure. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you need him. He's had more of an impact than James Mitchell's had, whatever a kicker is, right? So you need one.
He's had more of an impact than James Houston, who's on the practice squad.
Yeah, 100%.
He's had more of an impact than some of the players that we have. How would you prefer, Swift or Jamal, and why? Who would you prefer? I like Swift. I like them both. They bring something different to the team. Jamal is always healthy. Swift is never. Jamal can get those 2 yards. Swift can do a 50-yarder. So I think they bring something. What do you got from that one?
Everything you said makes a ton of sense. If you ask me like which one I'm more confident going forward with, is Jamal. I'm cool giving Jamal a new deal.
I want to just draft another kicker, man. I don't know. Or just pick one up in free agency. It just depending on what he wants as a contract. Wow, we got lightning and thunder here. Did you hear that? You hear that thunder?
I didn't hear it, man. Okay. I mean, that background, I didn't see any back there. It is nighttime over there, though. So
it is nighttime. Yeah, man. This is real background. By the way, it's not fake. It's actually real.
That little thing going through like the hole in your chair must be the rain, actually, now that I'm looking at it. There it is. There it is.
You see a little rain by my shirt. Hey, let's get to 75 likes, folks. 75. We're at 59. Let's get it done. How do you feel that we are going on 4th downs and they know they're just playing a game and know that they are not playing a playoff team? It pisses me off that they're consistently going for it on 4th down. I don't mind being aggressive, but every single one is overdoing it, man. The 4th and 9, unacceptable. Going on your freaking 35 or whatever, that's unacceptable, man. Like, what the hell are you smoking? That's what I think.
I agree. I don't think this game made sense to do it. There's certain games where you kind of have the feel. We could pick up that. Yeah. Like, you kind of felt that in Minnesota, which is why we were like, man, why didn't we go for it? This game, it was like, we're not picking that up. No one's getting open. There's pressure. Why would we go for it on 4th and 9?
Facts.
So, to me, if you felt like his kicker was a yard out of range or something, like, dude, I'm still giving him a shot. He might be a yard out of range. I'd rather see that than what this is. Or take the punt. Now, I'd hate it in the moment. But I'm like, dude, it just don't make sense for that game.
When I was watching the game, I was 100% like you. We ain't picking up this 4th down. Every single time they did it, I'm like, why are you doing it? Bam, they didn't. Bam, they didn't. Bam, they didn't. I'm like, stop! Holy crap, man! Like, Jesus. You think that Bill Belichick doesn't know what you're trying to do here? Man.
right. You tested the wrong guy, man. That's what it is.
No. It was amateur hour. Hashtag Jack Fox. If we carry on going for it on 4th downs, why not trade Jack the Goat Fox? Because I love Jack Fox. That's why. I never want him leaving the Detroit Lions ever. I think the GOAT Jack Fox may be the best player on this team. It pisses me off we don't use him because he is a talent. But what would you trade him? I'm not trading him.
No, no, man, no.
There's no chance.
Man. I trade away good players. Get out of here.
Yeah. Lions trade Swift and Hawk to the Bills for Edmonds. For Tremaine Edmonds. Wow, man.
That's a linebacker, right? Wasn't he?
Man.
I don't even know, to be honest with you, man. I think that's a linebacker.
I
you guys more on the linebacker thing than I am, so.
Rumor has that J-Mo might be back by Dallas. Thoughts? I don't know where that rumor came from, Mark. Oh. I have not heard that. I was told by one of the beat writers that he would be back during the Thanksgiving Day game. So I'll probably take his. Maybe he's back. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and go with what Jeff Risdon told me. He said he would be back in Thanksgiving. Let's see how he'll make his debut. Hawk, Cephas, Brockers, Romeo, thoughts for trade bait. Hawk, yes. Cephas, injured, won't. Brockers, hell yes. Conditional 7th, I'll take it. Romeo, hurt. No one's going to get him because he can't. Thoughts? What are you talking on Michael Brockers, man? What the hell is going on with this guy?
Yeah, I think Brockers is. I think he's just slowly on his way out. I don't know how many snaps he actually took, but it didn't seem like he played very much. So I think it's just he's kind of phasing himself out. But I don't dislike that we have him because everybody I've been told it actually is a big thing to have, a vet there. So I'm cool with having him, but I think this is his last year.
Make him a coach then. I don't want to see him.
There you go. Yeah. Hey,
$5 super from Ed W. What's going on, Ed? Appreciate you, man. He says, hi, guys. Which May to lose is worse, by coaching schemes or player mistakes? I think the worst way to lose, and I'm going to add to that, is going for it on 4th down consistently and failing. So that is coaching error. I don't know of really coaching schemes, but that pisses me off the most. Player mistakes, it's like, okay, you got the right guys, draft the right players. But the coaching errors, like, come on, man. Yep. You're setting your players up for failure.
Yeah, if you're losing by coaching mistakes, you can't fix that with anybody that you bring in.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick said that. You can't overcome bad coaching. Good players can't.
100%. What Bill Belichick says is probably right. Hashtag FGB. If you guys were going to buy a new Lions jersey today, who would you buy? I would buy Dosa Dion 2.0 jersey. That would be my jersey. And then I'd confuse the hell out of people when I go to Ford Field and I got a Dosa Dion on there. They'd be like, you don't look like Dosa Dion. I'd be like, well, then your eyes are wrong.
Yeah. No, because I can see it. Yeah. Like, based on what I'm seeing right now, dude, I might be on the left side of my screen. I don't even know. That's what's crazy about this whole situation. Yeah. I would buy an Aleem McNeil jersey. I like that dude. I buy Aleem, baby.
Aaron says he's pissed you keep missing every one of my questions. Do you think Okudah will have a good career? I think he's having a pretty damn good season right now. I'm all right with it. If he stays healthy, yeah, why not? What do you think about Okudah?
I think his biggest issue will come with time. I really do, man. He just needs to get better at not grabbing at the top of routes. And I think he needs time to get there because he didn't really have to do that in the past, and he hasn't played much.
Yeah. Of all the players on defense, he's one I'm not too worried about. I love he took a big jump this year. Happy to see it. Mm-hmm. Is he the greatest player? No. He's not the greatest player in the NFL. Is he the best corner in the NFL? No, but he's took a major step. And right now, with all the crap on defense, he's not a person I'm having an issue with. So if people want to pick on his game, how about you pick on the 10 other people that's playing? Because everyone else sucks.
Hey. Pick on Jack Fox. Get out there, baby. What are we doing? Get off the sideline.
Come on, man. Get out there, man.
Step up.
Step up, man. I'm going to get out there and play defense for you, man. Hashtag FGB. Do you think Holmes will make any major changes at trade time? Do you think we actually make a trade? Let's do this one because I like this question.
Woo.
Do you think, because not a lot of action generally happens during the trade deadline, it just doesn't. It's pretty inactive. Do you think we make a trade?
Yes. I do think we make a trade. Now, my man earlier in here said we're going to get Sidney Jones and someone else. Didn't Larry Ogunjobi didn't start the year because he got hurt, so he didn't get signed? I don't remember. That might be just off. Yes, I think we will make a trade. May not be big, but I think we will make a trade.
Okay, what do we trade out or do we trade for?
I think we trade for a corner.
Okay, so you say trade for a corner.
Yeah.
I say we do make a trade as well. I think they'll get a little antsy here, and I go with defensive tackle. They get a defensive tackle.
Well,
that would be my guess.
I mean, that would be okay.
That would be my guess.
How much would you give up right now for Aaron Donald?
And I told Dosa Dion that I would not hold him over an hour, and he said I can't be over an hour because I'll get really mad. And I said I can't get mad. He says I'll turn into the Hulk and I'll blow up my room. And I said, bro, okay, man, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why. It's legitimate reason why. Dosa Dion, man, what do you got to say when we close this bad boy out?
I think we'll be all right, man. Hey, wait, I didn't get to ask you because you asked me. What do you think our final record would be updated now? What do you have? I don't remember what you had coming into the year, but I think it was kind of low. What is it now?
I had 7-8. That was between 7 and 8 wins.
Oh,
now,
okay.
3. 3 wins.
That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
I think we pick up maybe one with Chicago and Carolina, and that potentially.
Jesus. And there's nothing, you don't have a little bit of hope. I mean, we play a lot of tight games now. You know?
No, it's the injuries is killing us. The issues with coaching, it just is not getting corrected. And I don't know how you overcome it. And the schedule is brutal, man. You're talking about Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins, Green Bay Packers, New York Giants, who's 4-1, New York Jets, who's playing better. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars is playing better. You got to face Minnesota again. That is a brutal-ass schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and go with 3.
Yikes, man. All right. Okay. I think we'll be all right. I'm going to guarantee this. The first game Jerry Jacobs starts at corner, we win.
That would be nice.
Or if we get a new corner.
I hope I'm completely wrong, man. I hope I suck and we win out. Like, I don't want to be a terrible team.
3, yeah. I get
Nobody
it.
wants that.
Man. We do. Yeah.
Folks, you don't understand. We have to do this crap every day, and we are fans of the team. We want them to win so bad. So bad. It's not a wanting to be negative. It's just kind of what we think. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. Appreciate Dosa Dion coming on here. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Dosa Dion 2.0 and let him know that I sent you. And while he looks up at God, we're going to have some good times there. With that said, make sure you guys put your prayers in. Eat your Cheerios. Adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. Just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.